we need to understand the technology and how to use it.
What specific technology do you think is going to dominate the next 3 years and why?
Why? Perfect. I think AI, it's on hype now and will be on hype and will grow because the main technology or the main idea of technology is to automate the process, implicate a lot of data, and you need to take care where you put the data. Be on hype in the next years.
Many founders struggle with clarity, like they start with a business but they do not know what exactly they're trying to do with their business. What does clarity in a business exactly mean to you?
I think I can talk a lot about clarity, but
So, as we all know, that founders have been built differently, ideas have been traveling so fast. We are all into this global space wherein going borderless, thinking beyond borders, and innovating is now the new trend. And to talk about innovation, how founders have been building, we have been joined by Mr. Patrick Orsos. It's a pleasure to have been to talk to him. He has been a managing partner at MGOYT. It's a custom software firm that has been bridging human first values. And I love how his philosophy is simple yet bold, which is build tech, stay human. For founders and transformation leaders, it's more about seeking clarity in a noisy digital world. So, as he always says, that more than a developer, he has always been a trusted partner who gets the business case and builds for the long game. So, I love that philosophy and the process. It's a pleasure to have you, Patrick, with us. Thank you so much for joining in for this episode of Founders Across Borders.
hello, thank you, Yutka, and nice to meet you. I'm here to trying to add value, and let's be not cocky. I will add value for you. This is my first idea, and I'm really happy and congrats for your initiative around your podcast and your mission.
Thank you for that. And to begin with, I would love to know how did this all start? And you've also talked about, I mean, this has been one of the most famous threads wherein you mentioned that the guy who actually invented or worked with AirPods was someone you worked with as well. So how did you start this software firm and like working across different founders? How did you enter into this investing field as well?
Yeah, I mean, to make sure that I understood, you asked me about the story with the AirPods guy,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a funny story. But to understand better my background, I had a startup some years ago with some friends, and we try and build and fail some projects. But the main idea, we had some good value and good know-how. We can call it top-notch know-how around the technology, and this is what we can provide for our clients. But behind on that, we are more than a software development company. We are there as a go-to strategy market partner. We are there with our network because our clients maybe need some investing and we are coming from there. We know a lot of VCs or our friends are in the VCs community, and we are like a tech ecosystem that have the main mission to build this world with main idea to be human. I mean, this is the main reason that we are doing this.
So as you talk about, being human, like build tech but stay human, and the future is AI, Web3, VR, AR. So it's all machines and technology. So how do you think this philosophy is gonna stay in place? Let's say even 5 years or 3 years from now.
Yeah, in my humble opinion, now we talk about software. You can call AI, you can call blockchain, or which systems on the tech part will be invented in the future. I don't know, but you can have another segments of businesses. To be human, it's something that is from our heart and it's a root in us. It's important to build systems that serve people. And after that, people serve companies serve their countries, and the countries serve the whole world. On the physical, I mean, it's my own philosophy. I think people have three stages in their life: to have, to be, and to offer. And if they understand, start with the offer without expecting nothing, to be kind, to try to help from their body, their mind with all purpose they can have and they can be. And you can apply this system on all part of your life and business. And you asked me about AI and blockchain. If you put the human-centric values, moral one, you can build that system you can call AI
Hmm.
with more ethical, and the main idea is to serve people, not to replace them. And I think with some steps people will understand, we need to understand the technology and how to use it. But this is some perspective and some overview. I'm
Yeah.
happy to go with more niche thing and questions that are, because maybe the people that are looking on us will ask, okay, it's maybe so blah blah blah. Let's talk about our
Yeah.
needs.
I think that makes a lot of sense. And, since you've mentioned about all these nuances of being in tech, I'd like to be more precise to understand, let's say, what specific technology do you think is going to dominate the next 3 years and why?
Why? Perfect. I think AI it's on hype now and will be on hype and will grow because the main technology or the main idea of technology is to automate the process. We did it. I mean, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, but now AI came, and what AI is doing, it's automatize what software automatize. I mean, the processes. And I think it's the main technology that we need to take care. And secondly, I think cybersecurity, we can't ignore it
Hmm.
because it can be a lot of dangerous around the not just on the tech stuff around all domains and areas, and we integrate a little bit tech on each our lives, and I think we'll be on hype. And for this both AI and cybersecurity, you need a lot of data centers because you need to put
Yeah.
some data somewhere.
Hmm.
And here came with governmental stuff, legal stuff, regulatory stuff, and it implicate a lot of data, and you need to take care where you put the data. And I think these are the three domains maybe that will be on hype in the next years.
Actually, yes. If you look at the broader picture, this makes a lot of sense, and I think data is somewhere dominating so many things. Like so many people now want to become data scientists, data analysts, and enter into this field because even AI, in the end, the root is language learning models. So you feed data, and then they process the data, and then we get the output out of it. So eventually, it is all about how well we are utilizing data in the near future, like how precisely we are using data.
Yeah, I'm totally agree with you. Yeah.
And to understand this deeper as well, like since you yourself have a software company, so how do you think things have changed for your business in terms of like all, since we are in this technological revolution space wherein things are changing so fast, so many companies are going out of business, so many companies are getting in business. So what has kept your software company growing or scaling even though this chaos is there all around?
I mean, to be transparent and to be honest with you, and I think each people should be in the market. It's a lot of bluff or blah blah
Yeah.
with this technology. It
Yep.
not a lot of companies use AI. I mean, it's some Excels or small third party on steroids. To be transparent with you, I think we need not just to adapt on the actual hypes or current. They are coming from the market, and we need to know on the needs. And this is the main idea of building things, not just in software, because I'm on the software area, but as a company, you need to be so dynamically and to think about that you are not in the right line. You have some this, and you need to be some honest with you firstly to understand the market and to have clarity.
Since you've touched, clarity as an aspect, so many founders struggle with clarity. Like they start with a business, but they do not know what, exactly they're trying to do with their business, or their product is different, their target audience is different. And since you emphasize so much on clarity, what does clarity in a business exactly mean to you?
I think I can talk a lot about clarity, but I want to give an example to help the people that will look on us. Let's make an example. You have an idea. Firstly, you need to do some reverse engineering. Maybe you want to build, I don't know, an AI marketplace, let's say, and you want to do that, the tech part, you saw or see some needs in the market. It's nice. Clarity, it's mean you need to understand where you need to be and make the reverse engineering from there to need to understand what you need to arrive there. And things so simple. I mean, life is simple. We overcomplicate it. The needs are simple because I saw a lot of founders when they are trying to go to the market and they have some solution and see some needs. They are overcomplicated. We do that. We do this. It's 2025. Nobody cares about do this and do that. I mean, they care about one line need. You need to speak like you speak to 5 years old child. I mean,
Yeah.
just be so clear, speak so directly. I think this is the first step that you need to build for clarity after you make the reverse engineering. I mean, you understand what you need for building a business. I mean, it's market. I want to arrive there. What I need for this? I need to have, I don't know, 1 million clients. Okay, what I need to get 1 million clients? I need to have, I don't know, 20 people on the marketing or sales, 10 people on the tech or researcher and development department, 5 people on another department.
Yeah.
Okay, what they will do? They will do this, and to do this, it's not free. You need money, and
Many.
for that money, you need to look on your pocket. And if you don't have something in your pocket, you need to sell your idea to other VC or investors. And how you
Hmm.
sell it so clearly because they don't have time. And just try to explain your whole concept like you explain to a child that have 5 years old.
So, based on this clarity, like whatever you are building, if you can explain it to a 5-year-old child and they can understand what you are doing, substantially, you know that you are running something or running a business that is outcome oriented. Like your product is there to create an impact for a certain level of target audience, and you've determined the niche, as we talk so much in the business aspect. Whenever you have investors or venture capitalists involved into a business, what do you think they look for? Do they look for numbers, or do they also look for this clarity only, like results, like you being an investor as well? Or when you mentor founders, what do you teach them? What are the three things that they should have?
I think you can't have numbers without clarity, and this is the first step. Secondly, you really need numbers, and the third one is more so important. I mean, your team that have experience know someone in the market, they know how to approach. They had some fails or some experience on this because they are looking on that things. Let's say an example of a pitch, because I saw a lot of, I don't know, 20, 30 lines of pitch. Nobody are looking on it. I mean, maybe you are the next Uber, but nobody can see it. They don't have time. They want to see something in 2 or 3 paragraphs, what you are doing, and some numbers that you have, and some numbers for where you want to be and what you need to do that. It's simple. And after that, you can come with a lot of pitches. And one advice that I can get, again, the pitch should be so clear, again, like you explain things to 5 years old child.
Could you give me example of like two or three pitches that you feel just nails it down, since you have been, and like your company has helped so many founders, launch their no code businesses. So what does an ideal pitch look like?
For me, if you can explain, I mean, if you can pitch in 1 or 2 minutes, you don't have clarity. I mean, it's a noise there. Should be like, I don't know, how you pitch a girl from a man perspective. I mean, sometimes, yeah, but on the pitch side, let's say an example, we can catch the marketplace AI. I mean, what I can see to invent something now.
Hmm.
Hello. I mean, it's not, elevator pitch, but what you need to have on your pitch is something like that. This is the market that I want to be. This is the solution that I have. This is the numbers that I get with the solutions. Okay, MVP is the tool to obtain the numbers. Your marketing or PR or your LinkedIn or social thing, they are just tools. Just
Yeah.
put there your numbers, and it's a plus when you finish that. You have some team that did it before. It's a validation because VC or angels, they
Hmm.
put money, but they need to have some safety. Okay, it's a high risk, but they need some safety. They need to smell some safety there.
So, with that being said, I think the three pillars which I now absolutely have is the market that you're pitching, the solution, then, of course, like the way, or if you have any testimonials to prove that, okay, this thing works for people, or it has some living proof that it works wonders for so many people. So, even though if you have these three steps clear in your business, it makes that business an investable business, right?
Yeah.
And when you talk about the safety, like I've seen so many founders invest all of their time, all of their energy, and then the product or service does not work. Or there's simply like no people for it, and they're like, we spent years building this and then it just crashed the market. So, what do you think one should be doing to avoid these crashes? Like they invested so much of energy to build something and it just doesn't sell or it flops the market.
Wow, yeah, it's really challenging what you ask me because you have your own drive when you build something and you have some steps, but in parallel you fail when you don't try.
Yep.
And it's that fight between your mind, your resources, your know-how, and your connection. But I think you need to be honest with you, and let's don't talk about the hard tech because there, you need to build your MVP or POC in 1 or 2 years. There are some biotech or really deep tech stuff, and I'm
Hmm.
not talking about that. I see a lot of AI solutions, software as a service, marketplaces, mobile apps, and so on. It's really simple. You need to validate your idea in 1 week, and don't need to write one line of code. I mean, just put a simple website or a Notion page or I don't know, WhatsApp group, depend on the what you have. I mean, the main idea is to sell and to see if the people are joining this. And one good advice that I can give to you, and all founders need to have it in mind. You can note it for the validation. Chase where the people put the money, not what they say,
Hmm.
because don't chase where people put the words. It's
Hmm.
very important because if you ask 10 people, hey, I want to build that. Yeah, it's nice. It's so nice. Okay, can you give me $5 now for that? And you will I will give you half an year access to that. Maybe two will do that because if they pay, they
Yeah.
need. If don't,
Then there's no need.
yeah, they are just nice with you. And
I think there's a book that I read. It's called The Mom Test, and that book helps you ask the right questions to the right people. Like you would eventually understand that would is there a buy for it? It's like if you go to your mom and you tell that, "Hi, I have this product and I've been building this." So mom's love would be like, yeah, it's a great product and things like that. But when you actually ask her questions, irrespective of you being in the picture, you actually figure out that if you're trying to make a product for moms, is there something that they would like it or they won't? So I love that approach of figuring like is your, as you mentioned, like is it a payable thing, would people pay for, or they're just being nice, and you develop the product and then you realize that, oh my god, nobody even invested like a buck into it, and now I've burnt out investors money. Why do investors invest in these ideas? I mean, I've seen so many venture funds, those who say that we love to invest into like pre revenue or idea stage. So, how do, like, since you are into the VC network so nicely and it's interwoven, how do VCs determine that, okay, we love this idea and we want to invest in this pre revenue or just in the idea stage?
sorry to understand that I get what you asked me. Can you repeat because it got interrupted a little bit the last part?
Yeah, I
Sorry.
just want to understand that whenever VCs invest into a pre-idea or idea stage or pre-revenue, what are the things that they take care of? Because there's no market proof. They haven't tested, it's just the idea stage. They are yet to build the prototype and things around that. So, how does that work? Or what are the things that they take into consideration while they make an investment decision like this?
I understand now. I understand now. Thank you. I think to answer to your question is the founders of the team. They invest just if they see a team that did something really great before. It's a validation for two things. They know how to sell, they know how to build, they know how to manage it. Three, sorry, not two. I think this is the main reason if they will invest in the pre-seed. If they don't see some validation before, it's really hard because all VC or angels and so on, they invest in people. They invest in teams because people create things, not things create people. And, you know,
I love this analogy that you've mentioned. Like people like create teams, and having the right team is also so important. One incorrect hire or one incorrect team member can lose out on a huge chunk of your business.
yeah, yes, 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 because people are everything.
So, what has worked out for you? I mean, do you have a big team right now, or do you operate on smaller teams?
I operate with small teams on the projects. Why? Because my philosophy about that is we are trying to give you values, not hours. And this is the main reason. And for the productivity thing, we have just one meeting per week and the daily or the scrums are written. I mean, on our groups for checks and we grow our productivity from 6 to 10, I think. And it's urgent just if someone die. If someone didn't die, it's not something urgent.
Yeah.
There are problems and there are challenges and
Hmm.
can be solved.
Proper like the hustle culture, like output driven. You do not care how many hours someone is investing, but it's about in what particular time they can give you a certain output.
Not like a hustler because I'm not agreed to work more than 8 hours per daily or something like that.
Hmm.
I'm not on the hustle idea. I'm more on the smart idea, on the smart concept or approach.
Hmm.
I just say that we need to focus a lot of our energy on the output because, I saw in a lot of organizations, people, when they have meetings, focusing, I don't know, from 1 hour meeting, they are focusing 40 minutes on what they have, what they did. It's not about them. I mean, sorry, it's not about you when you are on that meeting. It's about how you can contribute to others. This is what I promote in my company with my teammates.
It's actually interesting to figure out that, it's so much about being productive and at the same point in time, the efficiency as well. Is because we actually know that if you're like asking someone to be on a 9 to 5, they cannot be productive exactly 8 hours, like constantly 8 hours. You need
Yeah, of
those
course.
breaks, like it's not the case. And that's why even I figured out that, and I personally also believe and agree with your philosophy that so many companies are just like they say this to 9 to 5 or like things like that, and then they feel that they micromanage you, that you have to chip in these hours and you're trading your time for money, and then you're not getting productivity, and then the bosses are complaining. So the problem is that you have to stop micromanaging them. You need to give them freedom to be creative the way they want to be, and once they have that, it changes the entire game.
Yes, and what I it's so important. For that I say life is so simple. I mean, people need two things: importance and motivation. And of course, you need to put some objective there. But if they feel that they are important and they have some scope and motivations,
Hmm.
let them. You don't need a micromanagement system. Of course, we have some processes and procedure in our systems because you can be productive, but it's not something like KPI or hourly thing for
Yeah.
every sorry fucking step. Because really, I love to say I have some beautiful crazy people, and the beautiful crazy ones innovate and they create the templates. They don't follow the templates.
Absolutely. And which also brings me to, understand this aspect about how much do you think that whenever the companies that you consult or the founders that you meet, the country that their business is registered in affects the overall growth or scalability of that business? Do you think that it's very country centric, or the kind of people they are working with, or like what's your opinion on the areas of registration where their businesses they're operating?
In ideal world, it's not about the country, but in our world can be. I mean, you can be impacted because there are a lot of legal stuff that you need to take care, accountant stuff that you need to take care, and more than that, the geopolitical things can impact your businesses. And we can see the difference between continents: Asia, Europe, Africa, US part. The people are born somewhere and they are grow somewhere, and they learn from their families and relatives. And the way you think is the way you build. And in US, you can see a lot of risky stuff, a lot of directly approach maybe. And if you're coming to Switzerland or UK, you can be so directly. And for that, I empathize a lot with the US side because, they have 5 or 10 minutes meeting and they put, I have this, you have that. Can we do business or not? It's not about we can do synergies and we do that. It's simple. It's 5 minutes.
And it's done.
Yeah, and another maybe country strategy or approach. They have 1 hour meeting, and US maybe have 5 minutes or 10 minutes meeting, and for that they are more fast because they have this kind of mentality, win-win context, and or go.
Oh yeah, I love that aspect of, like business doing where it's transactional and where it's not. And I think, as you mentioned, like in Europe, it's more pragmatic, as you've mentioned. So, and in Asia, let's say it's since a very community based or communal culture is out there. So the way of doing business is very trust based as well. That, oh, this person, or we have a mutual connection. So, like, let's get into business. So that referral based culture is very, very strong. Like if you are referred by a community. So I still believe that, or I've seen a lot of Asian countries do not even sign a lot of contracts, but a lot of their business goes on, word of mouth as well. So what has your experience been consulting these different kind of companies coming from different continents? What do you think you have to change in your approach when you consult them?
I didn't had the opportunity to work with Asian clients. Let's say I have
Mm.
some friends from there, great friends, but I did not have opportunity to do business with them. But what can I mean, I have my own rules in all countries. I mean, to be human, when I meet someone, to understand what is your not fake need. I mean, what you need. You're a person. You need something. I need something. Uh, on the business side, and in another part to be kind. And I think this approach can be put on all continents. And of course, I keep some efficiency in the part. Yeah.
Absolutely. And to my interest, like I would love to know the airport guy story as well. Like what was that? How did you, since we're talking about interactions and how you close people, so how did that story work around? What?
Yeah, I mean, to be on that, it's a funny story. I mean, we didn't create the AirPods technology to understand. We work with the guy that created the technology and sold to the Apple. I mean, 10 or 15 years ago, something like that. I mean, it's a really really smart guy. It's a funny story because they had a project, a startup, get some investing, and the CTO was a Romanian guy and came to Romania, and he asked in some groups of us who can help me. And I asked him, where are you? I'm at the hotel, I just arrived. Okay, prepare, in 5 minutes I will be there. Let's see what we can do. I mean, I was the fastly from another 20 or 30 people, and I mean, I act like I have something to put on the table. I act that I can go to their hotels. I mean, was in the night, 1 a.m. or something like that when he arrived. I see, I'm there. I'm Patrick. let's see how can we do, or how can we add value for you. This is, I mean, this is the story, and what was fun. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that's actually nice. It's like you meet the person and then you're like, oh, we have this common synergy. Let's get that going. And bam, you have, like helped shape something that changed how the earphone technology now is shaping the world. So that's actually interesting. And to know more, about all these aspects of the crazy experiments that you've had, which is one association or founder story that you believe changed your perspective
We're a lot of founders. Do you ask me on the tech side or?
on the tech or business side? Could be either.
Yeah, I need to think because I don't have a model, let's say, or I have a lot of mentors of people that I learn from, and I learn from people that are selling stuff on the local market. I mean, they really know how to sell, but they don't have the words. I mean, they are not so formal, but the philosophy behind that. Wow, they are crazy. Yeah, I learned from I have my professional friend, that Daniel Goldin, that it's ex NSA director. I think this is the guy that I really admire him. It's one of my great mentor that I met. And what can I tell from him? And it gives you a lot of clarity. If you can't, if you measure it, you can manage it. He said it. I mean, it's really, really helpful because if you don't know what is or how much is,
Hmm.
how you can do something with it,
Yeah, it's like for as Sims what applies to goals as well, like smart goals. So any goal that's not measurable, is that even a goal? So that is, I think, the fundamental aspect that so many people miss out on. But then they realize that okay, if you cannot measure it, probably it's not the thing. Like it needs to be a quantifiable thing. So thank you for sharing that. Which brings us to, an interesting segment that we do called the 7 questions to fame. So I'd be asking 7 questions, which would be in a rapid fire format. So let me know once you're ready and I'll shoot them.
Perfect. I'm ready.
Okay. So which has been one tool that you believe is life changing for anyone to use it?
ChatGPT.
I love it. Fastest tool to have 500 million plus users now. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's one of my friend.
Sam Altman.
No,
The second question is, which has been one company that you've invested in that you are most proud of?
I didn't invest in the company. I mean, my money or my personal money. We had some strategic partnership. We invest from the company. I mean, we invest and buy share from there and so on. But not sure because that projects are still going. Some of them were selling on some parts. I mean, it's a little bit complicating story.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. Which industry do you think is very promising in terms of the future? Three being like I can give you examples: entertainment, tech, media and strategy, or healthcare.
Agriculture and healthcare. I think we need, and we will go to the roots again. Stay human. Sorry, I didn't get it. Hate the ego, not the people that are trying to kill it. Ego. Hate the ego, not the people that are trying to kill it. Hate your ego, yeah, not the other people. Really, to be honest, I don't have fears. I mean, the only fear that I have it's about my friends, family. The people that I love to be safe. I mean, them to be safe. But from my side, I don't have fears. If I die tomorrow, it's okay. I mean, I enjoy my life. Yeah, it's kind of it's depend on the needs of the people. But from myself, I think I was 22 years old, something like that. Yeah, my future is trust your instincts before your know-how sometimes. Thank you. Let's think a little bit, not deeply, but simply. Money are, they are coming in our life if we add value. And you can't give more value that money can give you. Maybe you have some needs, you need another mic, and the company want to sell this mic with 100 or $200. I don't know the price of the mics. I'm just talking. Let's say this, and if you have your budget it's equal with, for me this is value, and they need to understand what is value for them. And this is equilibrate the things between money and value. Of course you want to add value for your future clients, for peoples and so on, but you need to understand for them this is value. You need to deliver it. Don't overcomplicate things. Of course, you want to give more quality thing, and it's so important. But if you give them more quality thing, for them maybe it's not more value because it's value or not. It's like in programming, zero or not, or one. Sorry. I think this is my philosophy about that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And until they don't feel the need, you want to give them, more value, but they can't understand. It's like you drop, you give them value, but you drop something in your hands, and will be not helpful for them. I mean, they need just your what you offer if they buy from you sometimes, yeah. What I want to teach you and what I want to teach the world, let's say we have three stages: to have, to be, and to offer. Start with to offer. Will give you have, I mean, maybe money, maybe what you need. You will feel better. I mean, you will have a better energy. That energy will give you permission to interact with new people and to be, they will like you more because you regenerate your soul and your mind when you offer without expect nothing. I think this is the secret of the life, and this is how each other we can change the world. If you have an apple or a small chocolate bar, cut it on half, give to some people. If you have some advice, give, and don't expect nothing. Yeah, yeah, I'm agree. Yeah. Sorry, it got interrupted. Sorry, you depend on the people because it's not, cool to have your own business. You're not greater than others. You start the business because you want to build something. You have the drive. This is my main idea. And for people that want, safety, but safety came from, some fears sometimes, and it's some kind of circle. I don't know, I have something in mind. Maybe it's wrong, maybe it's not. Not a lot of people will be great on the business sides, not because they don't have know-how, because they have some fears. This is the main reason. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And more than that, they have some fears. I mean, they are scary with fails, and they are they think in templates, and of course it's give you comfort and safety and so on. But I really, really, respect the people that they don't have businesses. I mean, if you have some business, it's because you are doing this for you, not, I mean, you want to do that. You are not greater than others or coolie. It's about your path. Yeah. Yeah, this is my idea. Really, I want to ask you in the last part of the podcast, how can be valuable for you more than that? And if your people that are looking on us, yeah, need some software advices, they are building something, I'm there. And half an hour per week, because sorry, this is my, yeah, not free time, but I allocate this. Please drop me on message on Instagram with I need this in one line. If I know someone that can help or I can help, I will be glad to do that for free. I mean, yeah, yeah. Thank you, and have a great day and change the words, champs. Yeah, and in each domains, the humans. It's free. Thank you, Yukta.